about them Cowboys?
What is going on, guys? Cody here. In today's video, we're going to be playing some Madden 25, and I am going to give you an honest Cowboys fan reaction to the Cowboys trading for George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's get into the video and hope you guys have a good time. Alright, well, we're obviously going to play as the Cowboys in this video, and I think it'd be appropriate for us to play against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Where you guys at? There you go. I should have switched Pickens to the Cowboys before I started this game, but, you know, too late now. We'll beat them without him. So what do I think about the Cowboys trading for George Pickens? For a team perspective, like for roster building, I think it's a good move because they needed a number 2 receiver. I think I'm playing on pro difficulty. Yeah, we ain't doing that. Yeah, no, let's put this on all pro. I haven't played this game in like 2 months, so I think all the settings reverted back. So from a roster building perspective, I think it's a good move because the Cowboys needed a solid number 2 receiver. And you know what? Having a guy that thinks he's a number 1 be your number 2, it's not a bad thing in my opinion. No disrespect to Jalen Tolbert. He had a really good year last year. I think he had like 7 touchdowns, like 800 yards. You know, he was starting to build some chemistry with Dak Prescott before Dak got hurt. But I would not have been comfortable going into this season with Jalen Tolbert being our number 2 receiver. Hey, shout out George Pickens. He just made that catch. So having Lamb and Pickens on the same team, I think is a good move, dude, because Pickens can get down deep and Lamb can play any position. Let's go, Eric Kendricks. Yeah! Lamb can play any position on the field. You know, he can play in the slot. He can play outside receiver. He's got an unlimited route tree. He runs some of the best routes in the league. So having CeeDee Lamb be the number 1 option, that means George Pickens, I think, is going to have a lot of wide open looks, have a lot of one-on-one coverage, you know, going deep down the field. Now it's going to be up to this guy right here, Dak Prescott, to deliver those deep balls, and that's something that I think Dak has struggled with the last couple of years. His deep balls have not been pretty. He's been overthrowing receivers a lot. So I'm hoping in OTAs and training camp and stuff like that Dak works on that, because it has been probably the weakest part of his game. And I'm not a Dak Prescott hater. I actually really like Dak Prescott. I think he can play the game very well. But when it comes to these go balls, He has been terrible throwing them, and he really needs to work on that, because I think that's what they got to do with George Pickens, is use him as the deep threat when Lamb is drawing that underneath coverage. Now, what do I think about George Pickens, like, as a person? I'm hoping that him being out of Pittsburgh, damn it, I missed Jake Ferguson on that look. I'm hoping him being out of Pittsburgh kind of gives him like a new lease on life, and he doesn't have the problems in Dallas that he was having in Pittsburgh, because, you know, you saw the cases of him being unhappy and him picking fights and all that, and I think a lot of that had to do with some bad quarterback play the last couple of years in Pittsburgh. You know, Kenny Pickett sucks.
You're washed.
Russell Wilson was decent. You know, he had that moon ball that he would throw to Pickens. But the other thing is, like, you know, Pickens was obviously Pittsburgh's best receiver and was getting a lot of double teams. And it's like, okay, in Dallas, you're not going to have that. I think he's going to get some pretty decent looks in Dallas, like I said, with CeeDee Lamb drawing more coverage than he will. Like I said, it's just all about that ball placement with Dak Prescott. Now, if he ends up being like a locker room cancer, like if him switching teams doesn't improve his attitude, I mean, it's really no loss for the Cowboys, because it's a 1-year rental basically. You know, George Pickens has 1 year left on his contract, and I guarantee you he does not get a new contract before the season. I don't think Jerry Jones is going to do that, like sign him to a contract before he even plays for the Cowboys. You know, he's got other contracts he needs to worry about with Deron Bland and Micah Parsons and Brandon Aubrey. But if Pickens has a good year for Dallas, yeah, he's going to get paid.
Sir, here is a check with my name on it. Write down any number on this piece of paper and I will pay it.
and if he has like a positive attitude and if he's not a big distraction for the Cowboys, then yeah, they'll want to keep him around. Like if Pickens gets in like fights with like the other team, like if he's fighting the corners and stuff, like 40 yards downfield, like you always see the memes saying, I don't really give a crap about that. As long as he's beating on the other team, I really don't care. Now, if he's getting into it with his own teammates, that's where I'm going to be like, all right, get the dude off the team because I don't want to see that stuff. But yeah, if he's going against like the Eagles and he smacks one of their corners in the mouth, yeah, I don't care about that. He's more than welcome. But if it's going to be like with our own players, yeah, I did not want that on the team at all.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Dang it. I'm going to have a video next week going over the Cowboys draft. I like some of the moves the Cowboys made in the draft, especially beefing up the offensive line. I kind of feel like they're giving up on Mozzie Smith since they drafted two defensive tackles. But we'll get into that in next week's video. Watch the deep ball right here for Lamb. He's got it! Touchdown! But yeah, I mean, the Cowboys, I don't know how much, like I definitely feel like their offense is going to be way better having George Pickens. And it really just depends on the development of the offensive line. Oh, internet connection's unstable. Hope I'm still recording. But it really just depends on the chemistry with the offensive line, like if they develop well. Because Tyler Guyton, he was awful last year, dude. Like, he seriously was the worst offensive tackle in football, just like by the eye test to me. I thought he was awful, man. Worst rookie that the Cowboys have drafted since Taco Charlton, like, for a first-round pick. Yeah, Guyton was awful, and Terrence Steele did not have a good year either. So if the Cowboys' offensive line develops well and they can give Dak Prescott time to throw, I'm way more optimistic about their chances of being a wildcard team, because I don't think they're going to win the division because Washington and Philly are way too good. But I could see them being like a 6 or 7 seed now with George Pickens, because like I said, before it was just going to be nothing but CeeDee Lamb, and everywhere else you have question marks. Because, like, Jake Ferguson did not have a good year last year. Luke Schoonmaker sucks. But now with George Pickens, that opens up the offense way more. And if they're going to run the ball like I hear Brian Schottenheimer wants to do, it makes me way more optimistic about the Cowboys, honestly. But what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts down on the trade in the comment section below. I am actually going down to Dallas tomorrow. I'm recording this on Wednesday the 7th. If you're a Steelers fan, let me know what you guys think of this trade. If you didn't like it, if you're sad to see Pickens go. From what I've seen, there's a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans. It's kind of actually a split reaction. Like, I'm a big fan of Urinating Tree, and I know he was happy to see Pickens gone from the Steelers, but then there's Pickensburg on Twitter, and he was, depressed probably because now he has to get a new gimmick for Twitter. Yeah, so I see it's a split 50-50 reaction. So if you're a Steelers fan, let us Cowboys fans know what we're in store for, because I'm not going to act like I watch a bunch of Pittsburgh Steelers games, because the Steelers, like, especially with Kenny Pickett, they were unwatchable. They were a little better last year with Russell Wilson. Their offense was a little more exciting. But yeah, if you're a Cowboys fan, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. If they do like his introductory press conference in Dallas while I'm down there for the next week, I will try to attend to it if it's open to the public, and I will get you guys some videos for it. But yeah, I'm going on vacation, going to go see Post Malone, real excited about it. So yeah, I'm hoping to have a good time down there. Gonna visit the Cowboys headquarters. I got a tour booked of it. If they allow videos, I'll try to get some of that and upload it on the channel. But I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching if you made it to the end of this video. I feel way better about the Dallas Cowboys right now than I did after the draft. So I'm hoping we can translate that. Like I said, not into winning the division, because I just think that's too far out the realm of possibility. But if we can make it as a wild card team. Like, it's not even like I expect us to go to the conference championship or anything. It's just, if you get to the playoffs, anything can happen, you know? I mean, hell, I know it's a completely different sport, but look at the Miami Heat a couple years ago. They were a play-in team and made it all the way to the NBA Finals. Look at the Giants. They were a wild card team in 2011 or 2007, excuse me, and they beat the undefeated Patriots in the Super Bowl. So anything can happen once you get to the playoffs. I mean, you honestly need a lot of luck. So, I mean, I just want Dallas to make the playoffs, and not saying it's going to happen, but anything can happen, you know. Look at Washington just this last year. Who had them going to the NFC Championship? Everyone thought they were going to get the crap beat out of them by Tampa Bay in the first round, me included. So, yeah, I just want the Cowboys to be competitive, make the playoffs. I don't care about winning the division because I don't think they can win the division, but at least give me something that's going to make me optimistic that this team can build on it in the future. That's my TED Talk. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Check out episode 90 of the Trainwreck Podcast.
How about this?